All right, so I get a lot of computers that come in and out of the garage, and when I see this on a computer, I get really nervous, whether it's a computer or a laptop. And it raises a lot of questions. Now, sometimes you'll see this and it's an older piece of hardware, which you shouldn't be too worried about. But if I see this on a newer piece of hardware, I gotta ask questions. At the end of the day, you gotta protect yourself. Something comes into the garage that's illegal, suspicious, or questionable, you can be held culpable. So let me show you what I got and how you can protect yourself and things to keep in mind. And if all goes well, I'll tell you how to fix this thing. So let's get started. So this came into the garage. It's a HP, I want to say it's a G440, G9, something to that effect. I'll correct it. But this comes into the garage and the customer has a weird like request for it. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Now the specs on this are pretty good. It's like an i5 12th gen, 16 gigs, DDR4 maybe, and a 500 gig M.2. Just looking at the spec sheet on it. Now what they want me to do is they want me to take the drive out, get rid of it, and just put a new 256 gig M.2 in there, which I'm like, yeah. Red flag, should be aware of it. Now this is a fairly new laptop, and what also raises concerns about it, and I'm gonna make sure this thing is folded over so the information doesn't get out, but it has an asset protection sticker on it. One of those or not asset protection, or asset tag on it. It has a serial number, the company's name, and the company's, I guess, their inventory number, however they want to do it like that. When I see that, it tends to raise flags. Now, this laptop is not terribly old, and I know there are some companies that swap out computers and laptops like, every year. But considering this is like 2 years old and still pretty decent specs, I need to be careful with this, especially with the weird request they're asking me. Now, several years ago, and I'm probably talking about 8 years ago, I had a new customer that came into the garage and they asked me, hey, this is a computer I got. Can you go ahead and clean it out and do all that stuff? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I wasn't thinking about it. So I went ahead, wiped it out, upgraded the drives, all that type of stuff. Gave it back to the customer, but the computer did have, and I think it was a Dell, might have been an HP, might have been a Lenovo, I can't remember, it was a long time ago, but it did have an asset protection number. Well, somehow, some way, local law enforcement reaches out to me and they asked me, hey, did you have this computer? Did you ever work on it? Blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, I did. And they asked me what was the circumstances, and I explained it to them. I'm just a guy. I do, fix computers on the side. People bring stuff in, and I just repair it. So of course they asked me for as much information about the customer. I provided it, and I explained to them, hey, they just brought this in. They asked me to fix it. I fixed it, and I gave it back to them. Long story short, that computer was stolen. In some way, somehow, they found out that it got into the garage, and they were able to trace it through the asset protection number and the serial number. So I don't want to have an experience like that. That stuff gets me nervous. So this is what we're going to do. I went ahead and reached out to the customer. I explained to them my concerns and that I will not work on this laptop unless they're able to check with law enforcement and confirm that this thing is not stolen. So they agreed, which makes me feel a little better. They're going to be here in a few minutes to come pick it up. And when we come back, either we're going to have this laptop to work on or, well, customer's in a lot of trouble. So we'll be back. So it's actually the next day. And as you can see, the laptop is still here. So the customer reached out to local law enforcement, which I was able to confirm. Gotta protect yourself, folks. And this thing is not reported stolen. The customer reached out to the person that they got it from, and they actually had a piece of paper where the company took it off the inventory. Long story short, I was able to confirm that this thing is not stolen. So if you get a computer, or a laptop that has one of those asset tags on it and it's a fairly new, decent computer, you might want to consider this just to protect yourself, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be caught with possession of stolen property or anything like that. And learn from my experience many years ago. Fortunately, I was able to provide law enforcement with the information, and that exonerated me. And I told them I'd give it back to that customer, but protect yourself. So moving forward, customer actually brought me this. This is a 256 gig drive. It's an M.2. They're still adamant about taking this M.2 out, and I think they said they're going to use it for another project or something else that they want me to work on. So that's pretty cool. So I went ahead, I booted it up, and this thing just keeps going into this restore and all that type of stuff. We're going to wipe it. I just want to make sure that the screen works and, Everything else works for the most part. It does have a password on it. We're not going to worry about any of that stuff. We're just going to do a fresh install of it. So let's turn it off, flip it around, and let's dive into it. All right, so it looks like, and let's see if I can correct the model on it. It's the HP ProBook 440 G9. So I was close enough. I think I said G440 for whatever reason. And this one is supposed to be i5 12th gen and decently spec, which was raising the red flags on it. I've had a lot of times where stuff comes into the garage and just things don't add up or they smell funky and stuff like that. And there's been times where, and this is something you're going to have to learn if you're doing a side computer hustle, you have to learn when to turn down jobs and say no, because you don't want something to come back and bite you in the butt. I mean, $100 computer job or $60 or whatever you charge leads to $1,000 in legal fees. That's not good for business. So I've loosened all these screws. I think this pops out just like so, maybe. Of course, this is not going to come out easy, so let me play with this a little bit off camera. All right, so looking on the interweb, and this is where you got to be careful because you don't want to bend things. Once you loosen these screws, apparently you should be able to pry right over here. Yep. Always use plastic pry tools. They're more forgiving, less scratches. And now that that's up like that, all right, bingo. So this is the drive in question. Let's go ahead and take this out. All right, let's see what this is. See if I get you in the camera. So 256 gigs. So this is not the 500 gig one. So they want me to install that other one, which is kind of weird because we could just do a fresh, zooming out, sorry. They want me to install this one, but this is going to be a downgrade as far as speeds, but whatever. Maybe it's paranoia, but they've already been exonerated, so I don't get it. But other than that, let's just take a look at the memory, see what it got. Confirm, yeah. PC4 3200, two 8 gig sticks. So, not too bad. And that's about it. Now, obviously, this could be a perfect time to go ahead and change the thermal paste. These 4 screws, which, wow, that's weird. Looks like somebody's been here before. It's missing a screw there. That I don't like. Here's it. Let me check my screw bin, see if I have one, and then maybe we could fix that. Now let's see what we got in here. So this is why I always say don't throw anything out. Like laptops, I take them apart and I keep the screws. And that's the first time I've ever seen one with a missing screw. So like I said, somebody was probably in here. Don't know what they were doing, but whatever they were doing, they were sure doing. And I need to organize this better because I think I've mixed all my laptop screws with regular screws. Let me go ahead and take one of these out. That way I get an idea. Yeah, so let's pop that there. Gotta find something similar, which one of these guys might work. You don't want it to be too long. Actually, I think this will work. This might be the exact same one. And now I'm thinking about it, I think what I am going to do is we're going to take this apart. And let's change out the thermal paste. And here's my thing, folks, because if this is not given all good tension, the thermal paste could have just separated, dried. I mean, you don't want this to come back. Yes, it could come back and you could charge the customer again and make a couple of extra dollars, but why not? we're here. Now this is dried, so yeah. Brand new. Let's go ahead and take this, wipe all this off. Now be careful when you're doing this because you could bend this and then you're going to have contact issues. So just lightly. Now what I like to do is just clean this really good with isopropyl alcohol. Some people say it matters. Some people say it don't matter. I don't know. You let me know in the comments. I've always done it this way. I haven't done it the other way, so maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Put some fresh thermal paste, which I'm just going to show you real quick how it's going to look when I'm done. Because if I put it on the camera and how I did it, you'll get a million comments of how you're doing it wrong, even when you're trying to do it right, and that's a controversial topic. A trick that I've learned is these tabs. Just bend them up slightly, and it just creates a little more mounting pressure. I have seen that to make a slight improvement. That's just my experience. Just put these screws back on. And now I wouldn't have done this, but considering we're missing a screw for some weird reason, thermal paste could have been compromised. Maybe it's perfectly fine, but why not? So now just because I see a little bit of dust, let's go ahead and just blow this out real quick. All right, so everything looks good. Let's put this back together, install a fresh copy of Windows, and make sure everything works. So about an hour later, everything's running, finishing up all the updates on it, and then what I'll go ahead and do next is run a stress test on it, update the BIOS and all that type of stuff, and make sure that thing is running perfect. I just want to make sure that I didn't create any new problems or anything like that, and that way when I turn it back to the customer, I can guarantee it that, hey, it works, we fixed the issue, and it's good to go. Now I did reach out to the customer and explain to them that the 500 gig that they thought was in there is actually 256 gig. They understood, they were fine with that, and then I did explain to them that the 256 gig that they wanted me to put in there for whatever weird reason didn't work. Could be a compatibility issue between the key of the M.2, whatever it is. Forgive me for not knowing all those technical terms. But either way, it's not working. We had to open it back up, put in the 256 gig that was in here, and now everything is working. So customers aware of that, good to go. Now another thing, in case any of you guys are dealing with a laptop like this and run into this issue, when I went to install Windows, the touchpad was not working even in the installation, which was kind of weird. I've never ran into that, but ran the updates and now it's working perfectly fine. I guess it's a driver issue that they don't even have in the install of Windows. I'm not 100% sure, but if you run into that issue, start with the drivers first before you start ripping things apart and going crazy. That's where I started, and everything came back around, so that's definitely good. And finally, if you're going to start fixing computers or laptops for people, folks, learn to protect yourself. If you see something that suggests this thing might not be what it is, potentially stolen, or have some suspicious stuff on it, protect yourself. Document everything. Be straightforward with the customer and tell them, hey, I'm not going to work on this until we can verify it is what it is, or don't be afraid to turn down a job. In this case, I'm fortunate that the customer was willing to do their due diligence and make sure that this thing was not stolen. Like I said earlier in the video, I've had this bite me in the butt. It's definitely not good, and you really can't make money flipping computers if you got to pay legal fees. So just kind of keep that in mind. So with all that being said, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, concerns, criticisms. What do you do to protect yourself in certain situations where a computer might be questionable? What type of jobs do you turn down? And have you ever run into this issue? If you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, we'll see what we come up with next.